What's going on, rock stars? Pirate salute. Yeah. Well, you know, I like the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of my favorite movies. Just a little info about me. Anyway, it's Blue Rocker Guitars, man, coming at you. So, I had some questions from some new subscribers. Hell yeah, I like that sort of thing. Questions and new subscribers. So, awesome. I'm going to answer some of those questions now and kind of get into the Vampirate here. That's what this thing's called. So, one of the first questions that I did get was about the pickups, actually. And because I am putting a skull there. It's going to go in there, kind of like, you know, same kind of thing. Sunk in, all that jazz. And the question was, how will the pickup work? Well, pickups are magnets, and they're very strong magnets. So they will actually just penetrate a lot of different metals, also plastics and woods, that sort of thing. So it won't have actually any issue. I've done this before with another guitar, just not quite as cool as that, but yeah, something similar. I had some custom covers that I did, and yeah, that was pretty cool. Different guitar, we'll get into that later on. So, kind of catch you up and kind of talk about what this is. So, I dig vampires, I dig pirates, and that sort of thing. So, that's kind of how this all came about. I wanted to build something totally unique, different, and whatnot, because that's my brain. I think about things that don't exist. So, I have to create them, because it's pretty costly for somebody else to do it. So I've been messing around with guitar builds for quite some time, maybe 5-6 years, something like that. 2012 maybe, somewhere in there. I've been painting guitars and basses and altering them since 2004. So I've been doing this quite a while. So I would like to think I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm telling you, man, everything I try and create is a learning experience. And if you've created some things, you freaking know. It's all learning experiences. So this is kind of how everything starts. You know, I get my Tiger Flame Maple, 2-piece, by the way, glued together. And yeah, it's got to be all, you know, worked to make it look like a neck. And this is Bolivian rosewood, or Bolivian rosewood, sorry. Bolivian rosewood. And it's really unique wood, I think. Lots of cool figuring. And I actually haven't used it before, so I thought I would use it on a custom build. And, well, this is actually going to be a neck for a bass that I'm going to do. That's also a pirate theme that is hidden up there. We'll get to that later. Anyway, I like pirates. What do you want? So, anyhow, just to kind of go over some things here to highlight what is going on and what I've done so far. So I put a big brass nut because, you know, we all like big brass nuts. And yes, it's going to stay that size. I had a question earlier about that. And yeah, I'll get into that later on, tell you why I did it like that. These are EVO frets. I really like them. They're the second jumbo size. There's like a regular jumbo, and then there's like this jumbo, and there's like a super sized jumbo, which I don't really care for. But this is like the medium jumbo, and Jescar. You can order it from Jescar if you're interested in that. The EVO gold fret wire. I like it. I think it's cool. It's unique. It's not as hard as stainless, but definitely harder than nickel. So it will last quite some time. Especially if you're a player and you play a lot of guitar and bass like me. You can wear that stuff down pretty quick. And stainless is kind of a bitch to work with anyway. It's not bad. It's just, it takes a lot more time, which, you know, time is money, sort of. Or, you know, for me, time is, I could be doing something else cooler. But anyhow, I'll get into that later. All right, so what we have here is kind of like the rot on a ship you'd have on a pirate ship. That's kind of the theme. This is a pirate, vampirate, you know, pirate and vampire kind of molded together. Whatever. It's kind of my thoughts. So this is to symbolize ship rot. I had to carve all that out. Yep, that was fun. I actually used a Dremel, which is, you gotta be really careful. Those things jump. So on the back of the neck, We have like the ship boards that you see on the outside of the ship with the, I guess, those big, nails that they utilize. So this is kind of symbolizing that look, the ship out back of the side of the ship, basically. And this is the cutout. Basically, what's going to go in that there is this thing here. It's called a cannonball. That's to symbolize the ship being shot by a cannonball. All right, yeah, it's piratey, right? That's what we like. So this is the Tiger Flame maple. It needs to be cleaned up, and I got to dye this. I got a long ways to go with this yet. But I do like the center line. I do like the two pieces glued together. It creates a totally different look. And I haven't seen too many actual manufacturers do this. Basically, the ones that build acoustic guitars have done this. I think Guild's done quite a few that are like this, and they are actually really cool. Paul Reed Smith, I believe, did something like this, but his is a little different. I think his is perfectly book matched, which this obviously is not, and I didn't really want that look. I wanted something totally, look like it was thrown together, because that's what pirates do, man. And they don't do all that fancy stuff. They just, throw it together. So this is kind of symbolizing that. So on the headstock here, this is another map, and I did all the inlay work, and then these are like islands and stuff. When I get this all cleaned up and dyed, you'll be able to see it more in detail. And this is the north, south, east, west star that you see on maps. And these symbols here are the symbols for vampire. It actually is read like this. This is how you'd read it. Ruin is basically the beginning of language, and that's what the symbols are. They're called ruin, basically before the alphabet and all that jazz. So a little bit of history there, man. Yeah. So pretty cool, I think. Anyways, so we'll get into that in a second. So another person asked me, what does this say? Well, it's in French. I don't really know. So, yeah, I could look it up, I guess. But I created this map utilizing other things online and other pieces and parts of a map. I couldn't find a map that I really, really liked. So I had to create it using Adobe Photoshop. And so I created these images here, these images here. This is a pirate ship. I took that from some image online. I believe I created this one. This is just mapping, basic mapping stuff. This is some French thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is kind of like Polynesian style mapping, because a lot of the pirate ships, as history talks about, were Polynesian, that kind of thing. So this is the Kraken. I took him from Kraken rum because I like rum. And yeah, man, Kraken rum's good stuff. So I notched this out because I wanted it to be unique, and I'm going to be doing the same with that, and the skull's going to go in there. So kind of like playing on each other, so to speak, design-wise. So this bridge I found online, I was looking for something that looked like a tremolo, and this looks like a tremolo, but it's not a tremolo. Don't really care for the tied end. Tied end is something that's great on chicks, not really bridges. So yeah, got to get rid of that. That's just, not going to happen. No, it's not staying, man. It's got to go. This is heavy duty though, man. This is actually really cool. This is like a solid piece here, and these are really solid saddles, and it's strung through, of course. So yeah, lots of stuff to figure out with this bad boy. But these came on Ibanez guitars, I believe in 98, 99, maybe 2000, somewhere in there. Not exactly sure. But the company manufactured these bridges for Ibanez, and they made a lot of cool bridges over the years for different companies. And Ibanez used it for like 1 year. But I came across it. I thought it was unique. I thought it was cool. I thought I could definitely do cooler things with it to make this build freaking awesome. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. So I have a lot left to do on this. I also have another Kraken coming. It's a molded piece because I don't have time to carve that. It's extremely detailed. Of course, I am going to have to alter it and do things to it to make it work with this guitar. It's on order. It should be here soon. So, keeping with the I do things different theme, yeah, not exactly what we call a regular top, right? So, most tops aren't that thick. So this is ash. This is mahogany. Not exactly sure what mahogany it is. I have it somewhere listed. I know it's 15 years aged. I bought it from a milling company up north that has a huge selection of their what they call their custom woods, and they happen to have a piece that was 24 by 24 by 2.5 inches thick. And I used most of that for another build I did, which is a really cool build. But yeah, might have a video of that later on. So I had just enough left over to utilize on this. And so this is 15 years aged. I believe it's Tiger something mahogany. I'll have to look it up again. This is 10-year age, 8 or 10, somewhere in there. Ash. Now I had this ash sitting around the shop for quite some years, and never really had a project for it because the size was kind of off. So this is the project I used it on. Awesome. So this is kind of unique. This is a poem, and this is in Romanian because vampires are from Romania originally, as history would talk about. So yeah, you can just read that, right? Sure, you understand Romanian. Neither do I. So I couldn't find a poem online. A good vampire poem online is just, I couldn't find one. Everything online was just this lovey-dovey crap. You know, all this love stuff. Vampires aren't about love, man. Come on. Suck your blood and move on. Yeah. So I had to write a poem that was something cooler than lovey-dovey crap. So I know you can't read this. I didn't memorize it, so I'll read it to you so you can kind of understand. Because, yeah, I wrote a poem, man. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? It's not lovey-dovey at all. All right, so what this says is, beyond what you can no longer see, touch what you can no longer be, feel only the cold wrath of time, for I have become the forsaken, with powers that can steal one's body, one's soul, one's mind. I will admonish your desires to become what is intangible, for I am Verculus, and you are my quarry. Now, if you don't understand what quarry is, well, you know, it's prey. That's what it's all about, man. Anyway, feasting. But this was, I didn't actually carve this. So to explain this, there is my buddy Gino, who owns Brando Guitar Company, him and his wife. And it's kind of a family business. They do a lot of cool stuff. They have a machine over there that does any image you want or words or whatever you want. It burns it literally into the wood. And that's basically what you have. So I made the poem. I pulled it up in Adobe Photoshop. It sent it over to them, sent the body to them, and they burned it right in there, right down the center, which I think is freaking cool, you know. Yeah. So that is that. And that's the top. Same process, actually, for the top. I sent them the map that I did in Adobe Photoshop, and I painted this black, and they burned it right in, and it looks cool in my opinion. So yeah, because I don't really have the tools to do that intricate detail. So yeah, I have tools to do that kind of detail. Anyway, all right, so that's kind of what we got going on, and that should kind of catch you up to what's happening. The pickups I will be using are actually a unique pickup that Seymour Duncan creates. And this is, let's see if I can focus this. Right there, maybe. Right there, sort of. If I can stand still, there we go. All right. Now, it's kind of beat up a little bit, but these are awesome pickups. So these are the pickups I'm going to use. I bought the set. I've been working with Seymour Duncan on a lot of custom guitars and builds and things. So, hell of a nice guy, man. He helped me out with a Vince Neil guitar I did for Vince Neil, Motley Crue's farewell tour. So I'll put a video of that up. That was just something that was amazing that I got to do. Yeah, so like and subscribe, man. Ask more questions. You'll get more answers. I hope those were, you know, something you enjoyed as far as question and answer time. I don't know, man. I'm rambling. So anyway, still a lot of work to do on this. I got to do the barnacles, shipset barnacles like this. And I got to create these because these things, they're very fragile. They break, and I really don't want to add, you know, this to that. I mean, I do, but I have to recreate these out of wood, which, yeah, the deadline's October, what, 17th? So me and deadlines don't get along. May make it, may not. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully I will, but I have 2 other companies. So, yeah, this is a fun company, though. I love it. Blue Rocker Guitars with a Z. Check me out online. I've done a lot of interesting things. So, hey, you know what? Let's take a look. I'll cruise you over here to the studio. And you can talk to Ted. Hey, Ted, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Ted's my my latest client. He's been waiting for his guitar for a little while. No, man, I don't know. It's just cool, right? Skeleton. Who has a skeleton lying around? Halloween's coming. What do you want? All right, so let's have a little look. That's the Wall of Shame or Wall of Fame or however you want to look at it. I'll look at it as Wall of freaking I own all those. Because I made all these. So, yeah, everybody does the guitar. I did the bass. The Kraken. The Cabo. The Nagel. The other Cabo. Well, this was like a poster theme from like the earliest posters, like, you know, Batman, stuff like that. So I'll do a video on all these in Rogue because, yeah, you know, come on, who doesn't like Rogue? I mean, come on, she's hot, man. So I'll do a video on each of these, kind of talk about how it came about, you know. Hopefully you're interested in that. If not, then don't watch the video. So this is an altered BC Rich, and actually glows. Isn't that cool? Got that to glow. Yeah, we'll talk about that sometime. It's just a cool BC Rich I altered for a friend of mine. This is a build as well. You can't really see it in here, so the lighting sucks. I know, but we'll get into that later. Ignator because, yeah, and another skull because, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying. So this is the Lynch build. This is on Reverb right now. You can own this badass guitar. I'll get into that in detail in a video for you. It's called the Voodoo Strat. It's a George Lynch theme. You know, I love George Lynch playing and his abilities. He's a great guitar player, so, you know, he's just an all-around cool guy. I've met him dozens of times, and I built my own, you know, George Lynch theme Strat. So there you go. The Tommy Bahama guitar. That was a really cool concept. Fortunately, it didn't get off the ground, but hey, man, still got the guitar. Yeah! So, stripper drum set. We'll get into that later. This is another guitar. This is like my main bass. I even made my own strap. Pretty cool, I think, anyways. It's heavy duty because that's one piece of maple. Yeah, it's only 20 pounds, right? Something like that. Anyway, I love that bass. It's badass. It sounds freaking amazing. And, yeah, there's my skull and my rigs and whatnot. Anyway, I'll do videos on these guitars later, in depth. These are all guitars I created, so, because I'm a musician and I love to play my own stuff because I can't find what I like in the stores, man. I mean, there's a lot of killer manufacturers out there that make a lot of good stuff, and it gives me ideas, but then I make my own. So, what do you want? So, yeah. I guess that wraps up this video, and hope you like it. Subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll try and do another video soon. Get some more work done. right now I am working on the back of the neck. As you can see, still got a lot of work to do there. So, and that's where we're at right now. So, we will check you later, man. Rock on.